It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, Wayne County Superior Court in session Wednesday. Movie director Randall Miller back in court 10 years after pleading guilty to involuntary manslaughter in the death of camera assistant Sarah Jones, who was killed on that train trestle during the filming of Midnight Rider. Miller served a year and 17 days in Wayne County Jail and was also sentenced to 10 years probation. Case Wednesday was a motion to terminate probation. On the bench, Superior Court Judge Anthony Harrison, who previously denied Miller's request to have his probated sentence reduced. Miller previously angered the judge by filming a movie called High Grounds in 2019 in apparent defiance of his probation terms, but the judge ultimately decided to not send Miller back to jail, but had just admonished him not to direct any more movies. At the time, Miller and his attorneys argued that probation terms were not clear and that he believed he could direct the film if someone else was put in charge of safety. Miller stated he has struggled financially as he has had a hard time finding employment since the Midnight Rider conviction. Miller was the first director ever sentenced to jail for an on-set accident. In court Wednesday, Miller was represented by attorney Adrian Browning. She presented a list of witnesses, asked Judge Anthony Harrison to terminate Miller's probation altogether. District Attorney Keith Higgins, in court representing the state, he asked the judge that he said the state wanted to oppose the motion to terminate probation. After several hours Wednesday, listening to Powell witnesses' testimony, Judge Harrison stated that he had no decision would be made on Wednesday. He said he would make his ruling at a later date. Again, film director Randall Miller back in Wayne County Superior Court on Wednesday, and that train wreck in Jesup occurred 10 years ago, back in 2014. City of Odom Mayor Greg Rozier has announced his resignation as mayor effective May 20th of this year, as he and his family are moving out of the city limits of Odom, Georgia. In a letter addressed to the council this week, the mayor writes as follows: "My wife and I have decided to sell our home in Odom and have purchased a home outside the city limits. I can no longer serve as your mayor due to the fact that I'll be moving outside the city limits of Odom. I've truly enjoyed working with the city council and citizens in my 4+ years as mayor. I've led the city council and employees to many accomplishments that I feel have improved our town. Just to name a few, all water wells have new motors that have been tested and inspected by EPD, all aerators and wastewater ponds, all new pump stations purchased with a grant of $571,000, replaced both service trucks, purchased garbage trucks and cans to modernize garbage pickup, and recreated the police department, purchased all new mowers for tractors, purchased all new zero-turn mowers, new dump trailer, refurbished playground equipment at the rec center, repaired sidewalks, replaced all new water meters, started sick leave for employees, upgraded backhoe, and the list goes on." With that being said, this mayor says his letter of resignation is effective on May 20th. Says he'll miss the town of Odom. Want all the citizens of Odom to know that he'll be leaving the city of Odom in good shape. He says, "May God continue to bless the city of Odom, Georgia. Sincerely, Mayor Greg Rozier." Once his resignation is official on May 20th, Mayor Pro Tem Greg Leggett will serve as mayor of Odom until an election can be held. Again, Odom Mayor Greg Rozier announcing his resignation this week. We'll be back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. In other news, Amnesty Day in Wayne County is set for this Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information concerning Amnesty Day, they ask you simply call Scriven City Hall at 912-579-2211. Republic Services are providing the roll-off containers at no charge. The City of Jesup will have those at the Farmers Market. City of Odom will have some behind the former school gymnasium, and Scriven will have some at the Grace Community Center and at Martha Fraser Park in Scriven. Scriven says they're excited to partner with the Harder Recycling during Amnesty Day, and they'll be able to accept batteries and appliances at the Scriven Grace Community Center. Scriven wants to thank Mickey, Phyllis, and Chris for supplying this opportunity in Scriven, Georgia. The Mayor of Scriven says they'll have someone at the drop-off location to make certain it's placed in the correct bin. And Amnesty Day, Saturday, April 20th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Once again, if you need additional information, call Scriven City Hall at 912-579-2211. Annual Crimes Victims Memorial Ceremony is set for Courtroom C on Thursday, April 25th at 5:30 p.m. Public's invited to come to the ceremony. While there, you can see the Victims Memorial Wall, which will be on display that week. Once again, the date, Thursday, April 25th in Courtroom C. The time, again, 5:30 p.m. Wayne County Local Republican Party hosting an event this coming Monday, April 22nd, entitled Politics and Pizza. It's going to take place at the Strand Bistro in downtown Jesup. The time from 6 to 8 p.m. This special event is free, open to the public, open to all candidates, and an opportunity for all the voters to meet the candidates running for political office. Primary is set for May 21st. The last day to register to vote in that primary is April 22nd. If you need more information or to register, call the Wayne County Registrar's Office at 912-427-5950. Early voting will begin April 29th and run up until May 17th. Early voting this year takes place at the new early voting building, which is located at 306 East Pine Street. And that's a new location, new election building, 306 East Pine Street, again, built by the county. Once again, the Politics and Pizza event is this coming Monday, April 22nd, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Strand Bistro. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes in the news. Longtime city employee Eddie Williams passed away Tuesday at the age of 72. He worked for the city of Jesup for 52 years until his retirement in 2023. Again, he was mentioned by commissioners at the commissioners meeting this past Tuesday. Funeral is set for 3 p.m. Saturday, April 20th at Howard and Jones Funeral Home in Jesup with Reverend David Bohannon officiating. Family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service. In lieu of flowers, remembrances can be made to the Rotary Club of Jesup, P.O. Box 1691, Jesup, GA. And longtime city employee of Jesup, Eddie Williams, passing away Tuesday at the age of 72. Chamber of Commerce ready for their post-legislative luncheon. Gets underway Tuesday, April 23rd from 11 to 1 at Coastal Pines Technical College. Everyone's invited to come get a recap of the legislative session from our local representatives. On hand will be State Senator Blake Tillery and State Representatives Buddy DeLoach and Stephen Meeks. Tickets are $30 for members, $40 for non-members. Everyone's invited. You ticket or information, call the Chamber at 912-427-2028. And today the Chamber has that business after hours for ARF Animal Refuge Foundation, which is taking place between 5 and 7 p.m. at Neesmith Chevrolet GMC, 1910 East Cherry Street. Again, Chamber members from all businesses are invited to attend the evening networking event to meet new people, enjoy refreshments, and build business relationships in the community. Once again, that business after hours today from 5 to 7 p.m. at Neesmith Chevrolet GMC, 1910 East Cherry Street. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan's have a great day.